First off, what's the latest on Abby Battle? It didn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good. Anytime there's a knee injury, you're very apprehensive. But we're just waiting for the scan tomorrow. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not overly optimistic.
It was obviously one of those ones that sort of goes from under you. How's she after the game?
Yeah, no, she's actually in pretty good spirits. She was obviously upset at the time, and I'm sure. Yeah, well, all we've really said is let's just wait and see, make sure we know what we're dealing with before we, catastrophise, I suppose.
Yeah. Pretty good performance in the face of a really good resistance from the Dogs.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it was absolutely wrapped, to be honest. I thought the pressure from the Dogs and the way they took the game on was at a really high level, and so for us to withstand and just stay really consistent across the four quarters, really happy, really happy.
And Marinoff, Hatchard and Kelly, just the pace, it's almost, it seems a real luxury to have those three to be able to go through there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, they've obviously been, the first two have been, really strong players for a long period of time, and I think, Neve's form across this season is, it's probably been her breakout year. She's, last year she had a shoulder injury which sort of compromised her, but her consistency across the season so far has been really strong.
And Caitlin up forward, really warming to that role.
Yeah, she did. She's done a great job all year, and it's a tough job because she's generally getting the best defender, close attention. But what she's been able to do for us is just provide that really strong aerial presence, and you can sort of structure the rest of the forward line off of that. So, wrapped that she got a little bit of reward today. She's had some other games where she's played equally well, and it hasn't sort of fallen her way. So for her to kick three was a really nice reward.
And bigger picture, 7 and zip now, you must be pretty pleased with how your season's taken shape.
Oh, clearly, yeah. No, we're wrapped, and it's the brevity of the season means there's only 3 to go. So we need to, obviously stay right on task. Our next 2 matchups, top 4 sides, so they'll be pivotal in shaping, what the finals look like. But having won 7 now would, obviously be very confident we'll play finals, which is the first step in any season, is to try and qualify. And we're wrapped that we've done that. So now we get to work trying to get a bit better.
And the carrot of finishing top with all that brings, is that
you want to finish as high as you possibly can. That's the reality. But it's probably not a massive emphasis. It's usually qualify, and then once you qualify, can you work your way into the top 4, and then from there, it's in the end you then have to win 3 games of footy, 3 finals. So that's the objective.
Another big test against the Lions on their home turf next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so they're probably the number 1 precious team in the competition, and they're elite running team as well. And the ground up there, we played there in the pre-season, which was a really good experience. But it lends itself to an open attacking game, and they use that space really well. So it'll be a good challenge. But we've had 2 6-day breaks. We now have a slightly longer break, so we'll freshen up over the weekend and get ready to go.
You still tweaking it at this point of the season, or you're pretty happy with?
Yeah, no. There's always just a few little things that you're trying to tighten up, and I thought actually as obviously last week was a really significant win for us, but there was a lot of elements in tonight's performance which I thought were at a higher level, and some of our ability to move the ball to the open side and use our spread was really good against pressure. I thought it wasn't that the pressure wasn't there. The pressure was really high, but we were still able to execute. So really happy with that. But yeah, there's a fair way to go still.
Beauty. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
That's all from me.
Cheers.